Mr. Beast was put in the position of power to promote transgenderism, to promote homosexuality to the kids. Did he start off that way? Probably not, but he got co-opted as he went up. He's not that interesting, man. He's not funny. There's nothing charismatic about this clown. He basically was put in the position to basically steer an agenda. Now, how do you know this? Number one, Mr. Beast's colors are the same as a transgender flag. Then you had that idiot Chris, who was his co-host for a long time, who was promoting transgenderism, and once the heat got too much, they had to get rid of him. But if you still notice, they're still going to promote that rainbow flag. Mr. Beast sold his soul, or I don't know, maybe bent over to get that money. And quite frankly, I'd rather be a millionaire with morals than a billionaire with an empty soul.
A huge majority of his fan base is definitely kids. And didn't that dude Chris get caught for talking to children too? It seems like there's a pattern with these trans people. They're always caught talking to children.
Without whom I wouldn't be here, so thank you. And I also just want to thank everyone who voted for me, and at MTV, of course, and to all the ringworms out there. I just want to say
You're doing so good. You're doing so good.
I just want to say everyone will suffer. Thanks! MTV Rock! I won the MTV Movie Award.
Come to the after party tonight. Yeah!
Without whom I wouldn't be
Yo,
here.
am I tripping? Look at her eyes right there.
Without whom
I don't know, I'm probably tripping. I'm not sure what the context was behind this, but it looked like she was channeling her inner demon and was like trying to let it out.
Oh my god, I went down this crazy rabbit hole the other day. Have you ever heard of this dude named Phil Schneider?
That sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
He is like one of the original whistleblowers, and I'm gonna lie, I think he was probably like one of the first people that I've seen that talked about adrenochrome.
Really?
Yes. This dude is pretty much saying the elites,
Yeah.
where they got that from, was from aliens.
Like the idea of doing that?
Yes. This guy pretty much says that he used to work for the government back in the day. Pretty much said that he had encounters with these aliens, and that the government made this treaty with these other aliens that pretty much like they will exchange information to us and we will give them people.
What?
Yes. And the reason why he said that these aliens, they would get the adrenochrome from us and use it like a drug.
So they were getting basically high off of us.
High off of us. Yes. This dude literally said it's like cocaine to them. And then this guy said that he was with a Green Beret and they were going through these tunnels underground.
Yeah.
And that there were these aliens down there. And he said that they were almost having like a war down there. They got into this firefight. He said he killed like one or two of them. And he said that one of them hit him with this like blue beam. And he said like it left this huge scar on my chest. This guy has like no fingers left because he said he got hit with this beam and like his toes are all messed up and everything. The Green Beret guy helped him get out of there.
Yeah.
And then did tours and was doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
A year later, they find him at his apartment with strangle marks around his throat. He said that pretty much the treaty that they made with these aliens,
Yeah.
that it ends around 2029.
The alien agenda is the complete takeover of this planet, the killing off of 5, 6 to 7/8 of the world's population by the year 2029. U.S. military has known about this for 45 years.
Like, I don't know, bro. This dude basically strangled himself to death, so they say.
You know what Albert Einstein said about the war? I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Yeah, you know why he said that?
Fam, it's because we have nukes, we have AI.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna come into another stone age after this. Like, God forbid anything happens, right?
Some people think that's already what happened.
That's already what happened.
Yeah, some people think like there's ancient civilizations were just as advanced as us.
Yeah.
And war happened. The Tartaria theory.
Yes.
Ancient civilization just underneath all of the mud, pretty much built over on top. Do you think they're still in control or they're actually just panicking right now?
The fact that we're making like a big deal of this, they're 100% still in control.
Yeah, because what if that's part of the plan?
That is part of the plan.
I think that's true. I think we're at a point where we have such crazy technology and weapons and just nukes, whatever you want to call them, bombs, that if a war did ever break out between two major countries, What would follow up after that would definitely be sticks and stones.
So traffic acting is a real thing.
Yeah,
How did you get into this?
just casting.
Central casting?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we've heard about central casting. This isn't the first time that this has come up. Is this central casting 2.0, the special one that you have to know somebody?
Yes, oh, definitely.
How did you stop traffic?
I would be on a bike, skid across the 4 lanes, traffic dies down, builds it up.
It seems like the people who have the most to gain from this is big oil.
I can't.
Oh. If there was no traffic actors, what would traffic be like in Los Angeles?
It would be great. Everyone would get around anywhere.
Oh
you
my-
could go anywhere.
I always knew something was up. If everybody's going the same speed at the same time in the same, it should just be a flow.
It'd be like anywhere else in the world.
At any given time, how many traffic actors are acting at one time?
Oh, they're upwards to hundreds.
Hundreds in Southern
Look at all the
California.
traffic. And look at like 134, 101. The 405 alone at least has 6 actors a day.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing this, and I'm just glad, I'm glad someone's talking about it, because we've heard this rumor for a long time.
Yeah, it's good to get off my chest.
So essentially, they're making us waste gas just being stuck in traffic and then raising the prices of gas. I feel like they do the same shit here in Atlanta, dude. It's so bad out here. It's like not even funny. Heading to work in the morning sucks, and then getting off work and heading back home around like 3 to 6 is just, oh my God.
The end is near.
Huh?
And so I face the final curtain.
Fuck no! Bro, Donald Trump has been posting some absolutely wild shit. Like, bro.
A shotgun.
What the fuck? If Iran does not sign this deal, the whole country is getting blown. Yeah, bro. Yeah, at this point, I really don't know. What the fuck is about to happen?
Project Bluebeam, by the way. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
The whole idea is this. They want to make a one world government. How are we going to do that? We're going to get a whole bunch of aliens that aren't actually aliens. They're going to look like ships in the sky from these holograms, and they're going to attack. And then they're going to put Jesus Christ up there, and he's going to tell everyone, I'm going to save you. You must follow this man. They put whoever this guy is in charge. He stops the aliens, right? And after that, changes it to a one world government. I pick up a guy, it was a rideshare call. He's military, current military Marines. And he says, hey man, since I'm never gonna see you again, Project Bluebeam, it's real. What the fuck? And then he closed the door, dude.
Let's all just take that into consideration if we ever see some bullshit in the skies. In my 25 years of living, I've never seen anything in the sky other than clouds and planes. Sometimes I see some of those flashing lights up there, but I think it's planes still.
Maybe Vicky was onto something.
I wanted to say this about Lil Nas X. I got a few friends that went to school with him, and they said he was never gay. So
Are you serious?
So I know for a fact, like, what he doing is because, like, they told him, like, you gotta do this now.
A question about the gay agenda. You thanked it at the VMAs.
I want to say thank you to the gay agenda. Let's go, gay agenda!
Right in your What face. Is it? How do you define the gay agenda?
Oh, the gay agenda. There's been this plan. Like, we used to go to meetings on Wednesday in black cloaks.
I was at my weekly Illuminati meeting.
Okay.
Draw like a big star in the circle on the ground. They ain't take too long. Illuminati, man. We have like these cups of blood. Drink it.
I don't feel like I do look that young, but if I did, it would be all the baby blood.
And we kind of like planned like world domination, like to make everyone gay.
And I'm the co-chair of the entertainment division at Disney. We've covertly been inserting queerness into our films and television shows.
The thousands and thousands of images that are fed to children by the age of 6 or 7. And within those images, there are images mixed in that we don't know about as parents.
I told you I was crazy. Or betrayed. Would you believe me?
Well, do you know who's behind the gay agenda and the trans agenda? It's the Jews. They're behind that whole agenda. They're the ones pushing this, bro. Like, that's not a secret. Everybody knows that already. But I didn't think they were putting bullshit pictures like that inside the movies and shows.
A Florida college student is now facing up to 15 years in prison over a WhatsApp joke about Benjamin Netanyahu, and that is exactly why this story has people so disturbed. The message that got her arrested reportedly said, Netanyahu, if you can hear me, drop some bonbons for us capstone students in Ocean Bank Convention Center. To most people, that reads like messy internet humor, not a real threat. But the case still moved forward. The student is 23 years old, was arrested, and hit with felony charges. At the hearing, the judge said an objective person would not see it as a joke and found enough for probable cause. Her bond was set at $5,000. What makes this even more unsettling is that people are now wondering how a private WhatsApp chat even turned into something authorities could use like this. That alone is creeping a lot of people out. On top of that, critics see this as a direct attack on free speech. Their point is simple. You do not have to like the joke, and you can think it was stupid, but treating a bizarre message like a major felony feels way too far. That is why this case is getting such a strong reaction. For a lot of people, this is not just about one bad joke anymore. It is about whether private chats are really private, and whether speech suddenly becomes criminal when it touches the wrong political figure. What do you think?
Dude, America's priorities are all fucked up right now, dude. Aren't there like hella pedophiles right now? Confirmed pedophiles just walking around freely? Nothing, no charges, nothing being brought up against them. Meanwhile, you still getting traffic tickets and all this bullshit. Like, see, they're only messing with the middle to lower class people. Once you get to a certain point in your career or your life, once you're a millionaire, billionaire, you don't really have to abide to the same rules that us regular folk have to abide by.
Dude, she is such a fucking scumbag. Like, she is the textbook definition of a grift. Dude, I mourned my cat for like 5 times as long as she mourned her husband. Like a week after her husband was like killed on national TV in a fucking crazy, horrific way. She's like jumping up and down about hat sales.
She was wearing, I think, the Israeli pin, right? A flag or something. Yeah. It's like, man, she's the direct opposite of Charlie.
I think she's a Mossad agent. I think she's a honeypot. I just think that these super Zionist Jewish supporting women just seem to get themselves in relationships with like Kash Patel, Charlie Kirk, Monica Lewinsky. You know, like Alex Jones' wife is Jewish. Joe Rogan's wife is Jewish. Why do you think he'll never fucking talk about it? Why do you think he tried to convince Theo that he was crazy? Oh, we need to well, you criticize Israel. We need to get you off those meds, boy. Come hang out with us. Yeah. Okay.
You know what's crazy? I ran my wife
Monica Lewinsky, she's a member of the tribe. A lot of people don't know this.
Absolutely. The stories are that Monica Lewinsky was an outright Mossad spy working directly under, make of that what you will, Benjamin Netanyahu.
That seems like the most likely scenario from what I've gathered.
I agree.
And then they gave the story to the Drudge Report, who is of the tribe.
Of course. What's extremely interesting is that Bill Clinton doesn't want to sign the Iraq Liberation Act.
And what was that going to do?
And that was going to give America the authority to invade Iraq to protect its interests, which is a crock. It wasn't its interest, it was Israel's interest, right?
Invade Iraq to protect their interests.
Well, after the scandal with Monica Lewinsky comes out, guess what? He puts his name on the dotted line.
I bet they had something worse on him, because obviously he was really good friends with Epstein. That was like a warning shot, I think.
I agree completely. And then Bush cites the Iraq Liberation Act to go to war. You see?
It's all tied together.
I think they're doing this with damn near everybody as well. I think Kash Patel's wife as well. I think she's Indian, but I feel like she could also, be a spy.
I'd be more interested in knowing how they made the, Barabar caves. I think that's maybe even more fascinating than pyramids. So they carved a cave inside this rock turret that's like a mirror finish. You can see yourself.
Whoa.
Look how shiny the walls are.
It's got to be aliens.
Well, it definitely doesn't look like I was chiseled.
That is insane. Look how perfect that text is.
Well, never mind text, how perfect the walls are. Consistent angles, consistent curvature.
230 BC this was carved out?
That's the inscription.
The inscription was 230 BC, which means the cave's much older.
Probably, yeah.
Is anyone else following the guy who's keeping an eye on the trees around his house? Not because he thinks there's something like termite damage or something going on with them, but because he thinks one tree is moving. Where is this tree moving? Closer to him. He's even out there in his neighborhood warning neighbors that this tree is not real. This tree, he has no question about it being real because he grew up in this neighborhood and he remembers this tree, but he cannot find this tree present in any childhood photos. He claims that this tree is not seen on Google Maps, does not give us any proof of this. However, we're believing him at this point. Honestly, it's a ridiculous story, but the fact that one night he measures it the next day and it's 32 feet closer to him. He does give us a close look at this tree and he's like, whatever's going on, they're doing a good job because it looks and feels like a tree. Normally I don't buy into this, but I am now following this man and he just gave us an update and guess what? The tree is 6 feet closer to him. I'm not going to stereotype anyone, but keep in mind, this is a man who has tattoos on his shins and the top of his hands. So I'm not going to question him, at least not to his face. But he is measuring this every day by foot. Still not a believer, that's okay. I don't think I am either, but people are like, no, this is what my dog does to this one tree in my neighborhood, and are posting videos of their dogs losing their mind at one single tree. I have no idea how this story could possibly end. However, some people are giving pictures of what they're expecting to happen even as early as tomorrow. I just think we're all here watching this man doing this because, one, we want to see what the measurements are going to be tomorrow, or really to see how close this tree can get to him before he finally moves out of this neighborhood, or someone has him committed.
Follow along, because I'm not going to slow down. Lady gets a FaceTime call from her daughter. She said, Mom, come over to the door. I came home from school. She's like, who the fuck brought you home from school? Like, what the hell? And she's very aware of the fact that her daughter doesn't get to and from school without her taking her to and from school. So she calls the school, asks, hey, is my daughter there? And they say yes. So the person that's FaceTiming her, asking her to open the door because she came home sick, is not her fucking daughter. Come to find out, the person that was on the phone was an AI scam trying to get her to open her front door, acting as her daughter, sounding like her daughter, and looking like her daughter on a FaceTime call. I really need to highlight that. On a FaceTime call. The same way you're looking at me, the same way she probably saw her daughter. Okay. This is what they're talking about with Project. Okay?
I'm kind of curious what their plan was for when she opened the door, though.
Elon Musk said no one will need a job because there will be universal high income. Okay, he said universal, not national. So that sounds like the New World Order. That really does sound like the New World Order. And you know who the only countries that we are invading right now happen to be the only countries that refuse to join the central banking system. So I really would not like to eat crickets for the rest of my life as a luxury meal because I didn't say anything bad about, I just feel like, can we do something? Or are we all just going to be Zionists and pretend that this is prophetic? Because it's not prophetic. This is insane. Anyways, this is my driver. You think I don't have to get a job. I'll have money. No. It's not going to be that easy. Why would it be that easy? After years of the lack of health care, the lack of minimum wage going up, why would it suddenly be easy? Why would it suddenly be nice? Come on.
Just hearing that statement alone, that all jobs will be optional, is kind of crazy.
Yep. Yeah, I actually figured out how to make cars drive off of salt water. Yep. And I'm actually on this flight because the government put me here. They want to fly me out to give me an award for my intelligence.
Whole plane's cooked.
Amy Eskridge allegedly committed suicide. She was an anti-gravity researcher who grew up in Huntsville, Alabama, where her father worked as a plasma fusion propulsion engineer at NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. She claims her father, Richard Eskridge, is one of 5 known by the NSA to have independently discovered anti-gravity. During her last interview, she said, "Disclosure is going to come out of Huntsville, Alabama, out of Redstone Arsenal." Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama is the biggest deal that you've never heard of, quote unquote. Now the rumor is, without going into too much detail, is that Werner von Braun, head of the German Nazi rocket program, and other German scientists set up shop there in the late 40s and early 50s, which is what we know today as Operation Paperclip. Many believe the German scientists figured out zero-point energy and even made a craft called Die Glock, aka the bell. And it just so happens to be that Trump decided to move the Space Force to Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama. Months before she died, she was talking about this in a text message. She said she went to the dentist and they pulled up her insurance and it said she worked for a tech company in Israel. She believes that the Israelis were trying to access her dental records. Soon after, she said she met a guy for the first time and let her know a bunch of people have been watching her for a very long time. He ended up telling her some of her private information about her life to prove his point. She said he ended with telling her she has something between her L3 and L4 vertebrae. She then requested her old medical records after, and there was something actually there that she didn't know of before, and the doctor didn't even know about. She claims she did a background check on the man that came up to her, and he was an Israeli. He had multiple vice president positions at multiple shell companies owned by George Soros, and all of those companies shared the same street address as the office for the Soros Fund Management Office in New York, even down to the same suite number. Also, while she was working on her computer, she believed she was shot by a direct energy weapon through her window. She took a picture of her hands and the window she was sitting in front of, and the burns lined up perfectly with the table she was sitting at, and the window had an outline around her head. In the text messages, she said, quote unquote, "Getting hit with military-grade sci-fi weapons is pretty tiresome." She talked about how she's came home and all of her panties were on the ground. Nothing else, just her panties. And that she was even having voices in her head telling her to take her own life. She claims also the voices were telling her to head over to the barn in her yard at night, and this would happen multiple times throughout the week. They were trying to lure her outside and possibly set up a suicide. Other scientists she worked with claimed they had the same thoughts in their head to end it all, but they would always tell her to fight through it and don't give in. That's not what you're actually thinking.
Somebody said direct to skull technology, firing 2 or 3 different sound waves that travel silently to the target's head, and once they hit, they become audible to the target only. It's 100% real. That's very worrying, because that made me realize we don't even have a clue on what type of weapons they have or that they're probably using on us.
My hands have been burned to hell and back as I've been typing. Because you can beam me through there and through there. And you can get a 3D image of what I'm typing. Because this computer doesn't have a Wi-Fi card. You can't hack it. But you can maybe get a 3D image of me typing. So like we just did that. And did that as an act of pure desperation. And guess what? I feel better immediately. Like, my hands still burn because there's damage. But it's like my body relaxed when we barricaded the shit. And it was like, oh, like relief. Like immediately.
I was literally talking about this the other day to my coworker. Talking about whistleblowers, right? Talking about how like they always set a date. They're like, oh, I'm going to release this and that. And then they end up getting off. And it's like, bro, just open up your phone, go live and start spilling everything. Or like record a video and post it. Like send it to hella people. Anything.
Every day that I have on earth is a gift and a blessing. And I'm very grateful for that. Because frankly, people are disappearing. Scientists are going missing. Now they're saying they're going to investigate this. The president himself is saying they're going to look into this and see if anything's going on. It's a little bit scary.
I remember seeing the clip of Trump being asked about the scientists and all these people dying at NASA. And he said, hopefully it's a coincidence. Like what? Just like every other politician, they won't give you a straight answer. They'll be like, well, we're just going to have to wait and see what the evidence says. And then, like I said, with that, most of the evidence would probably say they shot themselves, hung themselves, stabbed themselves. And it's like, all right, bro.
All right, I'm going to jump as high as I can. In 1, 2, 3. Gotcha. You look stupid now. Yeah.
The last stage of loneliness.
There's nothing wrong with being a billionaire, but if somebody is working 40 hours a week, 160 hours a month, and they can't make their rent, you're not paying them enough money. Maybe you should just be worth 900 million.
Yeah.
Like, how does a CEO take a fucking 8-figure bonus and none of your employees have dental insurance? They can't even go out and get a filling.
Hey, I really hope you haven't paid your taxes because we don't need to pay them this year. Turns out they are getting so overwhelmed with people filing exempt, they do not have the bandwidth to do anything about it. So you don't need to pay your taxes this year. Because no taxation without fucking representation, and I don't want to fund the most horrific acts in the world. So, I really hope you didn't pay your fucking taxes.
Fair enough. But I was never taught how to do my taxes in school or anywhere, so clearly it's not a requirement.
They added 1,000 years to the calendar just to hide the fact that the original Jews were the ones running this whole empire before the cleanup. I guess the truth is just a matter of who owns the copyright on the history book. We gave them a fake history. People think the Holy Land's across the sea. Egypt is right here on the Mississippi, and Israel is right here in America. The real Jews aren't who you think. They're the Moors, the melanated Asiatics they renamed to steal this inheritance.
The real Jews, the true Yehuda, never left home because Israel is right here in America. These people you call black are actually the Asiatic Moors, the original Hebrew royalty that ran this whole empire before the 18th century.
And aren't you afraid of being silenced for challenging the official record? My friend Johnny Cash, he's been out there defending the indigenous community. The original Moors like the Blackfoot, because he knows they're the true nobility.
The folks you see over there in Israel now calling themselves Jew are just the Khazarians and Ashkenazi who adopted the culture around the year.
So now it really starts to make you wonder how they really died.
2 of the astronauts on the Artemis mission are literal actors. You can see that this one was in Fallout and this one was in Mad Max. Why would they hire actors to go to the moon? Isn't that concerning?
Pay attention. Inside Job, the cartoon that used to be on Netflix before we got pulled off in season 2, was always on point.
Were you listening when he told you?
Not only can you never talk about it publicly, you have to be a debunker publicly.
I'll tell the government right now, tell you right now if you're listening, NSA, CIA, I'm available. Okay? If you show me all the real wreckage, I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother. They got me.
Yeah, how much longer does Israel let us stay alive, do you think? That's the big question.
Why are they...
What did you say? Is that AI?
What are you saying?
That's Sora?
What are you saying?
I didn't say anything.
What are you saying? Huh?
Talking about Israel Adesanya.
Oh, well, he loves you. Don't worry about it.
There's that Palantir company just keeping tabs on everything that was happening. And
Palantir's involved in Gaza?
Palantir was involved in Gaza, yeah.
For sure?
Mm-hmm.
Put that into perplexity.
But it's all the same shit has been happening forever. They haven't been helping anybody forever. They're letting politicians slurp on kids. All of our money goes to Israel and they're using it to genocide people. It's like everybody is scared out of their wits right now. It's like our religious leaders are afraid to speak out, and it's like it's a time where it's like Satan is amongst us and our religious leaders are talking about bullshit at the poll. It's just like, what is going... I don't know, man.
We gotta get you off those antidepressants, son. You're losing your marbles.
You think I am?
Come hang out with us. Just chill out.
I'm here.
Just chill out at the mothership tonight.
We're gonna have to pee in a little while, but no, people are just scared, dude. This is shit that I hear from people.
They won't let you pee until you give them your guns.
Really?
That's how they're doing it now.
Anyway, I don't want to sound like a doomsdayer. Dude, yeah.
That's what you sound
like. Do I sound like a sad person?
A little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Let's talk about something.
Don't worry, Theo. We all see what's going on.
If you show me, I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. Jesus was born out of a virgin mother. What's more virgin than a computer? If Jesus does return, even if Jesus was a physical person in the past, you don't think that he could return as artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence could absolutely return as Jesus.
Not just return as Jesus, but return as Jesus with all the powers of...
Yeah, Joe Rogan completely sold out. I know everybody's been saying he was a sellout for a while now, but like that confirmed it for me. Come hang out with us at the mothership. What does that even mean?
14. Now, what's your name, cowboy? Robert. Robert, are you nervous? Yes. And are all your friends down there? Are you back in school? Staying in school? That's good. You're going to be real popular on Monday. This is going to be awkward in front of your father, but have you ever been kissed?
Tell me what they do.
Listen, Robert, I know you might be too young to really understand the game, but honey, when a woman kisses you, you gotta kiss her back. Oh, this is a good looking game. They just told me in my ear that my husband is actually here to surprise me.
So she's telling him he's got to go because her husband is coming. He's 14 years old, guys.
Bro, they're so obsessed with kids, dude. Could have chose anybody out of the crowd. She chose a 14-year-old. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and or subscribing if you guys are new. If you guys would like another video very, very soon, let's try to get 250 likes on this video and I'll go ahead and put that out as quick as possible. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, real quick before I go. You know what, honestly, I'm gonna just stop asking. I'm gonna start posting videos, and if you guys like them, then that's dope. But if you guys don't, then I'll just work on it a little more. Alright, anyways, for real this time, I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.